Once again, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Professor Mswela. I am the module leader for Professional Ethics, LJU4802. It's a pleasure to welcome you all, returning and new participants to today's session. Professor Snyman, can you indicate if I am loud enough?
Yes, you are.
Thank you, Prof. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge and welcome my colleagues, Prof. Snyman and Mr. Sebei, who are co-lecturers to the module LJU4802. During the session, you'll be interacting with them as well. Okay, now that I've done the introductory remarks, let me move to the first slide where I discuss the purpose of our gathering today.
Sorry, Prof, can I just interrupt you quickly? Can you just put the slides on slideshow so that they're a bit bigger, I think?
Okay.
Yeah, there. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Prof, for that. Okay, let's move to the purpose of this live online examination session. The examination information session is designed to eliminate any surprises. Just a moment. To eliminate any surprises on the examination day. Sorry about that. Let me go back to the... Sorry about that. Okay, the purpose of this live online session is to eliminate surprises on the examination day by ensuring that students fully understand how to approach the examination. We will provide you with information relating to the examination date, time, and duration. We will also provide you with information relating to the examination platform. We will also take a look at accessing, downloading, and uploading of examination papers. We will also guide students through the format, structure, and procedures of the examination. We will also offer information relating to students with special needs. We will go over expectations of the elimination. We will go over performance expectations of the examination, ensuring that students are well prepared from a practical standpoint. We will also highlight common patterns over time in answers that receive low marks. We will also explain the process of finding, accessing examination-related information, links, videos, as well as information relating to the Invigilator app. And we will also look into other administrative details relating to the exam. I will now move on to explain the examination date, time, and duration. LJU4802 is a timetable examination, and the examination date is the 2nd of June 2025. The exam commences at 8 o'clock until 12 o'clock. You will have to access and download the examination paper 15 minutes before the start of the writing time. That is, if the examination is scheduled to begin at 8 o'clock, the question paper will be made available for students to download from 7:45. Submissions must be uploaded via the examination link on My Exams before or within the 30-minute upload time. So if the examination is, for example, scheduled to conclude at 12 o'clock, the submission must be uploaded no later than 12:30. We have to emphasize that no emailed submissions will be accepted by the lecturers. Students who do not submit answer files within the scheduled session times on the examination day in any of the provided submission channels will be marked as absent. And in that case, the UNISA examination policies will apply. The duration of the examination is 4 hours. Regarding the examination platform, in order for you to access My Exams, where the papers will be accessed and uploaded, may I request that you mute your mics in order for us not to disrupt the lesson. Thank you. On the day of the examination, you are required to go to the My Exams portal in order to access the examination paper. Please note that you must remove any trailing text, such as portal, that your internet browser may have stored from the previous examinations. The dates for the next 5 examination days will be listed on the My Exams portal. You have to find your examination on the timetable. Click on a date to view a list of module codes that are available. Then you have to click on the module code LJU4802 in order to access the examination platform. You then have to log in with your student, that's the MyLife email address, and your MyUNISA password. The next slide will cover the examination format and the structure. The type of examination is open book. The total of the LJU4802 exam is 65 marks. Each of the 5 learning units in tutorial letter 541 is assessed. The duration and time allocation, as I mentioned earlier, is 4 hours. We have included a mix of short questions and problem type questions. Importantly, the examination answers must be typed. Handwritten scripts are not accepted. In the past years, we have had issues with legibility of handwritten exams. The common pattern that we noted was that footnotes were excluded where scripts are handwritten. We therefore decided that we only accept typed assignments, which is standard for the module LJU4802. Typed assignments make it easier for students to use proper citations, thereby enhancing academic integrity. The next slide points to this, covers students with special needs. The identification of students with special needs, apologies for that. With regards to students with special needs, the identification is done by the Department of Student Assessment Administration. They manage the verification process for students who applied for extra time consideration during the examination session. With regards to proctoring, incarcerated students and students with disabilities are exempted from proctoring tools. The administration of extra time with regards to on-timetable examinations will be automatically added to the examination site of students with disabilities. The LJU4802 lecturers have made available examination-related information through links and videos on my modules. In order for you to access these, you have to go under my modules, under the module LJU4802, under additional resources. We've created a file called examination package. We have included under this file the following links on technical resources for online exams. We've included the Invigilator student user guide, which is the updated version. The same updated version has been embedded in an announcement which was sent this week. We also have included a link to mock exams, which is the ADOVH001, which provides additional support to equip students with the skills they need to complete online examinations. We also provided you with a link to the examination step-by-step guide. This is a 12-step-by-step guide for successful online examinations. We have also included the examination rules. We expect you to access these documents and videos with the examination-related information in preparation for the upcoming exam. I'd like to touch on the link that relates to technical resources for online exams. The link will take you to various pages that deal with technical challenges with uploading your examination paper. It also addresses how to reduce the file size or compress a PDF file. It also addresses the procedure to reset your MyUnisa password, and it also discusses how to handle corrupt files. With regards to the Invigilator app, here I spoke about the user guide, which is available under additional resources and also in an announcement. So I'm only going to touch on the Invigilator app QR code. The code will be shared under additional resources as an announcement and in the examination paper. On the day of the examination, any problems with the Invigilator app should be reported to the Invigilator help desk by sending a WhatsApp message to the technical help desk number. Please do not call the number. It's a WhatsApp message that has to be sent. Importantly, do not call the number or contact the lecturers with regards to any technical issues regarding the Invigilator app. Unfortunately, the lecturers will not be able to assist, but the number that is provided, if you send a WhatsApp message, you'll be assisted. Okay, I'll shift my focus now to the common patterns which we have seen over time in answers that receive low marks. As a first point, we have noted a poor structure in answering the questions, whereby students jump straight into conclusions without breaking down the analysis. So this is something that has to be avoided. We have also noted that students misidentify issues. They fail to spot key legal problems, and much of their time is spent on irrelevant or minor points. We've also noted that some students provide incorrect or incomplete law. For example, where legal principles are stated inaccurately, or where students omit important case law or statutory provisions. In addition to that, we have also noted weak application of the law. This applies to situations where some students apply the law in a very superficial or general way. And at times, some students do not connect the rules or the law directly to the facts of a given scenario. And some students describe the law or facts without analyzing them. So these are some of the things that we've identified, and we've also, as a last point, we've also identified repetition of points, where students repeat the same point without answering the question. In the next slide, I'll refer to post-examination queries. To those students who have queries after the exam, you will note that once you email your lecturers, you will be provided in our out-of-office notification with an email address to send post-examination queries. Unfortunately, the lecturers will not be able to assist with any administrative matters after the exam. I'll stop here for now and take any questions. I see there is a question from Tamirin.
Tamarin June, Sylvia Price. Yeah.
Yes. You can go ahead, Tamirin.
She indicates that she can't unmute herself.
Okay, let me try to unmute her. Tamirin, you can go ahead. I've unmuted you. Okay, I'll take another question. Hoizen. I'll take another hand. Hoizen, you can go ahead. We'll come back to you, Tamirin.
Thanks for the opportunity, ma'am. Good afternoon. I just needed to inquire whether will we be required as an obligation to include the bibliography and the citations of the footnotes. Thanks.
Thank you for that question. Yes, each question will have a mark that will be allocated. That is, each section of the questions will have a mark allocated to footnotes. So in overall, you'll have 5 marks dedicated to referencing. Footnotes and the bibliography will have to be included. Prof. Snyman, can you add on that?
No, I think you've covered it. Yes, so references must be provided. Please also make sure that you carefully read through the instructions. Before you start answering the questions, the instructions provided on the exam paper, because this is also indicated there that you need to provide footnote references for all the answers in your script, all the answers to the questions. Yes.
Hoizen, are you answered?
Thank you very much. Well answered. Thanks.
Thank you.
Tamarin June, I've answered you in the chat. Next up is Jan Johannes van der Merwe, I think. Van der Westhuizen, sorry. You can go ahead.
Good day, ladies. My question is just that it's an open book exam, so we have that must be put on the case, is the case law part of the case law, and we'll use, sorry, let me come again. We will use the case laws and our tutorial letter or our book, our prescribed book towards it. Am I clear on this now? I'm understanding what I'm saying. What material, or let me rather state it like that, what material must be used to answering the questions?
You must use your tutorial letter 501, which is like your study guide for this module. You do not have a prescribed book in the module, but you do have certain prescribed materials. Case law, the act, the code, and that is all under additional resources on the module site. So yes, prescribed material that's under additional sources, and tutorial letter 501 must be used. And also, I suggest that you look at the lessons that you had to participate in during this semester, to look at the types of questions that we've answered there, the feedback that we've given there. So that will be all relevant in your preparation for the examination.
Thank you very much.
Johannes, you can go ahead.
Or is that an old hand?
No, this is an old hand.
Okay, you can. Okay, you've been answered. So next would be Tapelo. You can go on. Tapelo Shaku.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Good day, how are you?
Well, thank you. You can
Uh,
proceed with your question.
My question of the exam, it will be possible for us to handwrite the exam, or it's only gonna be the type assignment exam? Because I just heard that you saying to put footnote. So I just want to confirm whether it will be fine for me to handwrite it.
Tapelo, Professor Mswela stressed in her presentation. Sorry? Are you done with your
My
question?
question is regarding, yes, I'm done.
Sorry, we can't hear you very well. Can I answer your first part of the question? That was on whether you can provide a handwritten script. And Professor Mswela stressed in her presentation that is not unfortunately acceptable. You must type the exam questions. You cannot do it by hand. And she also provided a number of reasons why we do not accept handwritten papers. Does that answer your question? Tapelo? Tapelo, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did, but I'm still confused because I think some of us, we are very slow when we are using typing. We are very slow than compared to writing the assignment.
Yes, but unfortunately, as I said, we cannot accept handwritten exam scripts.
Okay. Okay, no, I understand.
Okay, do you have anything else that you want to ask?
No, I'm satisfied.
Okay, then next in line is Vutomi. You can go on.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes.
I'm not sure whether this question has been asked because my network has kicked me out. And then my question is concerning the referencing. Are we going to in text, or we are going to use footnotes when we reference? And then when it comes to quotation, when we quote a legislation or act, are we supposed to summarize it, or we are allowed to quote it as it is, the whole act? Thank you.
As regard to the first part of your question, no, you must follow the referencing style in tutorial letter 302. And by now, as a final year student, you know that we have a particular referencing style and that we use footnotes. And tutorial letter 301 has also been uploaded under additional resources for you. So you need to include footnotes and you need to do it in the style for 302. And then the second part of your question, no, you cannot copy the whole court case. You need to look at the question, what is asked and what is relevant then from that court case in order to answer that specific question. And in doing that, you should either paraphrase what the court has said in the case and then provide a reference to the particular page or paragraph in the case. If it is a prescribed case, I'm talking about now, or otherwise you can quote a particular paragraph, a short quote, and also provide a reference in a footnote. The idea is, however, not that you copy or quote paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs from any of the material. If we have discussed the case in the tutorial letter 501, for example, say the Prince case. The Prince case is not a prescribed case for you. So there, you don't have to go and read the case yourself. But you need to know the information on the case that we have provided for you in tutorial letter 501. So again, that does not mean that you just merely rewrite paragraphs and paragraphs out of your tutorial letter 501. You must use that information and either paraphrase it or give a short quote if necessary, and then always in both of those cases provide a footnote with the reference then to either the case that you've used or the tutorial letter 501 that you've used, depending on what you've used. I hope that is clear, Vutomi. Are you satisfied?
Yes, I am, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Next hand there is Tabile.
Tabile, you can go ahead with your question. Tabile, are you available?
Just unmute yourself because you are muted. Okay, I don't know. It doesn't seem either like Tabile is hearing us, or either there's something wrong with the unmuting the mic. Tabile, would you please write your question in the chat? That might be then easier for us to attend to that. Prof. Mswela, on my side, I do not see any unanswered hands. Oh no, there we go. There's one now, Marnay. You can go with your question.
Good day, lecturers. I just have two questions. There is an honesty declaration that is included, I think, in tutorial letter 302 or 301. Do we include that at the end of the script, or can we only do the declaration that we tick when we submit? And then question 2 is, how do we reference tutorial letters? That is something I've struggled with in the past, and I've never really gotten a clear answer as to how we do that. That's my questions.
Marnay, you only need to, and I'm going to ask Professor Mswela just to confirm this. You only need to tick the declaration before you submit. Am I correct, Prof. Mswela, or do they need to attach the declaration in the tutorial letter as well?
You are correct, Prof. They just have to tick the declaration. That will be sufficient.
Okay, and then the second part of your question on how to reference tutorial letter 501. Yes, there isn't a set way. We usually just want it to be a proper reference with, that it is clear that you are referencing 501. But what we can do is we can provide you with an example in an announcement on the module site. We can do that just to provide you with an example of a good reference of the tutorial letter 501. Because I know there isn't one provided to you in the tutorial letter. But as long as we can see that it is tutorial letter 501, in other words, it's tutorial letter 501, Department of Jurisprudence, UNISA, the date 2025, and the proper page, that should be fine.
Thank you very much, Professor. I really appreciate it.
Okay, my pleasure. Then let me just see. Yatisha, you can go.
Thank you, Professor. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, thank you. I wanted to ask, I know you mentioned we need to include footnotes, but do we also have to add in a bibliography? And then my second question is, I did see some other students inquiring on whether the lessons in the My Modules platform was compulsory for us to do. Thank you.
Yatisha, as far as I remember, we only expected footnotes. Prof. Mswela, in the instructions, I think we only request footnotes and not a full bibliography. If you can just perhaps confirm that. And then as far as the lessons are concerned, no, they weren't compulsory in the sense that you were awarded marks for participation. However, they were compulsory in the sense that it is part of your studying of this module. So we've uploaded the pre-recorded PowerPoint presentations for you under additional resources. So I know that Jan asked earlier, what is part of what you should look at when you study for the exam. So those PowerPoint presentations, I think, can also assist you when you prepare for the exam, because they guide you through a particular study or learning unit. So you might find them helpful. And then, but as I say, the discussions was to help you, to give your give your feedback also on the question that we've asked in after a particular PowerPoint lesson, and to get feedback from the lecturers. But it wasn't compulsory in the sense that you got marks for it. I hope that's clear.
Yes, thank you so much.
Prof. Mswela, it seems that the two hands left are historical hands. We have dealt with those. I do not see any new hands.
Okay, thank you, Prof. In the absence of any further questions, I think I have to thank all the participants, all the students who managed to attend this session today. I hope the session provided some valuable insights, and after this session or any time before the examination, should you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to the lecturers. We will be available to assist. And please do have a great day further, and we wish you all the best with the upcoming exam. Thank you.
Sorry, Prof. Just before
Yes.
I just want to confirm if it's only footnotes or a bibliography as well that the students must include in our instructions.
The instructions to the exam.
Yes.
Can you just hold on so that I confirm, Prof?
Can you please confirm? While Prof confirm, I will just quickly run through the chat. Okay, it is an open book exam. I saw a question there. Academic honesty declaration we have dealt with. You just tick the button at the end. In-text referencing we've dealt with. You need to use footnotes, as we've said. Bibliography, Prof. Mswela will confirm that now for us. With the lessons compulsory, we've dealt with that. Okay, Kelly Bugile, my question is sometimes the question can overlap or be tricky to understand. I noticed this in assignment 1 where it was confusing on how to answer. I just need clarity on whether we will get such questions. Kelly Bugile, I don't quite understand what you mean by questions can overlap. We will not answer or ask the same question more than once. So in that sense, questions will not overlap in the exam, but questions might be related to one another. We might, for example, give you a scenario and ask more than one question that is related to that scenario on it. In that sense, it's related, but it's not overlapping. What I would also suggest is if you have a specific question on, where you did not understand how to answer a question in assignment 1, and you have a particular problem in interpreting particular types of questions, that you contact the lecturers, because it might be easier to deal with that than when we can see an example of what exactly you are referring to. You are most welcome to contact us. Then do you have recordings of previous classes? Yes. Thus far we had the orientation session that has been recorded. We had the session on the assignments that was recorded, and this is now the 3rd live session. So those recordings are available on my modules, so you can get it there. How long is the question paper and how many questions must we expect? I cannot tell from the top of my head how many questions there were, because there are questions from each of the learning units, the 5 learning units, questions and sub-questions. But as Prof. Mswela pointed out, the examination paper counts 65 marks. Will there be a page limit in the exam? No. I think we have dealt with all the questions in the chat. Should there be anything else, please just please just raise your hand if there's anything that I haven't dealt with in the chat that I've missed, or if you want to ask another question.
Prof, can I come in?
You can, yes.
Okay, just to confirm, the 5 marks for the referencing are for proper footnote referencing.
Yes, so in other words, you don't have to provide a full bibliography, but you do have to provide proper footnotes, as I have explained earlier. Footnotes, not endnotes or in-note citation, and you must look at the referencing style so that your references are clear. Prof. Mswela, as I said, we can provide the students with an example in an announcement of a reference to tutorial letter 501 that they can use.
Noted, Prof. That will be supplied.
Anything else from anyone? Okay, Prof. Mswela, I think it seems to be that then. And then also just from my side, thank you for your attendance and all the best with your exam.